time trusting the situation. And I do feel like that's something that you're going to actually cut through this month. I almost feel like your feminine and masculinity is going to actually come more into balance for you, and that's going to empower you to step into your truth, step into your power, to speak your truth, and enable you ultimately to create what it is that you want to create. And I do want to tell you, to use the feelings that you are experiencing and the feelings that you have to empower you. And to listen to that heart. Air signs, we can have a hard time sometimes. I am an air sign, and we can have a hard time sometimes with letting the logic and the mind control the heart when it should be the other way around. So I definitely feel a very strong need to tell you to take the feelings that you're experiencing and harness them for good, harness them for power. And I do feel like you will be doing that. And I do feel like something pretty wonderful could actually be happening for many of you. I feel like I need to express to you that it's very important for you to connect with yourself and relieve stress, and that you need to possibly gain a new perspective and get some new, fresh, creative ideas brewing for you, especially in regards to this new beginning for yourself. If you step into your power and you're like, okay, I'm ready to create, you're absolutely going to need some new ideas to create with. And so I'm gonna suggest meditation, Reiki treatments. I'm also going to suggest even just getting outside. I know it's very cold right now across the majority of the United States and around the world, but you can definitely gain some fresh perspectives when you connect with nature. And I do feel like that's a big message for you this month, Libra. So I'm going to pull some clarifiers on these top 3 energies that I just read. But I feel like you're kind of cutting through the bullshit. And you're ready. And I do feel like you're going to be moving past your attachments. So congratulations. That's fantastic. Or beginning to at least look at the fact that you realize that you have these attachments that you need to move past. And, this could be karmic relationships. This could be, addictions that you have, codependent type behaviors. And, you're ready and willing to understand that you ultimately possess the power and the free will to create your own happiness. And I do feel like that's something that you are going to be addressing this month, Libra, and getting down to the brass tactics, basically, on that. There might be a little bit of a battle because Libras have a hard time opening up their hearts and being vulnerable. But again, I do feel like this is going to be overcome. But definitely be prepared that the heart and the mind might be at battle this month. And it's just because of the vulnerability. But you are ultimately going to come into power. You will. Because you ultimately know that something needs to change. When you're not happy, that's a huge indicator that something needs to change in your life. Absolutely. So once you get past that, I'm excited about that. You're going to have structure. You're going to, some of you might be actually walking away, like I was saying, from karmic relationships, karmic marriages. But it's okay because you need to do that in order to create this new beginning for yourself, stand in your power, and ultimately create your own structure, your own foundation for yourself, your own ability to stand on your own 2 feet, and ultimately walk towards what will eventually be your divine sacred union. I feel that very strongly in you. And I do feel the need to mention that, some of you are going to have to step out of your comfort zone, especially once you acknowledge some of these codependent behaviors about yourself. You're going to have to step out of your comfort zone and realize that you are ultimately a limitless being, and you can manifest whatever you want into this physical reality as long as you allow yourself to do so and don't allow your mind to trick you into fear or thinking that it's not possible, because it ultimately is. And when you do that, you're going to allow yourself to move forward and basically start this new beginning for yourself. Which is very exciting for me to see that for you, because I definitely feel like, it's ultimately about moving past these attachments. You're experiencing the lack. you know something needs to change, and then boom, you just step out of your comfort zone and you're like, that's it. This is what I need to do, and I'm going to go with the flow. So that's fantastic. That's absolutely fantastic. I feel like you're going to allow yourself to get into the vibration of love. And I think that comes from allowing your feelings to drive you this month and not so much your logic, which is absolutely perfect. That's exactly what needs to happen. Because it's going to lead you to a more practical beginning. And it might be a little slow at the beginning, but that's okay. Allow it to unfold as it needs to. I do feel like there is some possible low vibrational energy holding you back in regards to movement forward. I think it's more that you're just scared of your feelings, regret about the past, regret about this connection to your divine partner, or regret to love in general. Try not to let that be, the past is the past. You certainly cannot change it, but you can learn from it. And, if you're in a twin flame connection, a divine counterpart connection, I mean, pain from your past is definitely going to be in your path, and it's to teach you that basically you can only awaken through pain. So that's what takes you on the journey of the heart. So release that. It's the past. It was supposed to happen the way it did. And I do feel like you're going to be stepping into your power, and you do need to remind yourself that you can do whatever you set your mind to, and you've ultimately got this new beginning coming to you. It's just, again, listening to that heart and allowing this new big change coming for you, because I do very much so, Libra, feel like there's a big change that's coming for you. Almost like magical opportunities are going to be coming to you and are about to happen. Don't be so hard on yourself. I definitely feel like there's some judgment. You definitely need to put in the work, but don't judge yourself. Don't feel like, I feel like, everyone has their own unique path and challenges. So put in the work and step into your mission. Quit battling it. Not everything is logical, Libra. Not everything is logical, and the more you continue to battle your mission and putting in the work, and stepping up your duties as a light worker, or if you're feeling the call to serve, or whatever it is, the more of a challenge you're going to have, the more resistance, and you're basically just putting off your new beginning for yourself by battling that. So let go of the logic, and know that really, again, it's all about, if you're happy and you feel this spark of creativity, and you feel this love, and you feel this new opportunity for abundance, it's time to celebrate and get into alignment with joy, because you're going to be attracting more joy to your life. And the Ten of Pentacles energy here with happiness is just absolutely fantastic. It's just allowing yourself to initially get into that change and accepting your path, allowing your heart to open, approaching this new beginning from a very balanced point of view, feeling first and then acting, stepping out of your comfort zone, and ultimately becoming the Fool. The Fool energy is a very, very amazing energy. It's the most powerful card in the deck, and it's because this person listens to their intuition, they listen to their heart, and they just go with it. No one tells this person anything. They just simply know, because they know. They're listening to their heart, and they're ready for this new beginning. And it's going to create this whole new rebirth for you, and it's going to be excellent for you. Just allow those feelings of joy and love to drive forward. So it's really all about trust this month. Trusting your heart. Trusting in this path. And for some reason I'm being guided to mention the numbers. The numbers are just the beginning, okay? The more you pay attention to those numbers, 11, 11, 1, 1, 1, 2, 2, 2, 3, 3, 3, 4, 4, 4, all of that, the more synchronistic events start to happen, and those numbers get deeper, and you'll start to find more clarity, and very specific numbers that mean very specific things to you. So yeah, pay attention to those things. So I am going to pull 3 cards from the Doreen Virtue Magical Mermaids and Oracle deck, or Dolphin deck. I love the messages on these cards. They're very practical messages, and most of the time they're very needed. So I'm going to pull some of these for you. And so the first card I have is set your sights higher, increase your standards and expect more for yourself. Don't settle. So, this is definitely in correlation with this devil energy and changing, basically moving past your attachments, knowing that something has to change, getting past those karmic relationships, stepping into your power and knowing that you ultimately have the free will to create your own happiness. So this is a fantastic message to get of setting your sights higher. I mean, you feel it, Libra. You know. It's time. And the second message I have is time to move on. It's time to let go of the old and worn out so that the new can come in. So, sometimes these messages come through in waves, and it's just to really strike it home that, change needs to come about. And if you are holding on to things that no longer serve you, please let them go. This can be old ways of thinking, old ways of being, old ways of doing, old relationships, old connections, karmic attachments that are trying to hold you down, codependent type behaviors, moving past the bullshit is basically, what I keep wanting to say. And really getting into the vibration of love. Love, more than romantic love. Love on every level. For yourself, for the community. And the third one I have is simplify your life. Eliminate clutter from your home and work life to balance the flow of activities. So, balance was a big message for you. It actually pulled and came up a couple times in the reading. And I do, again, feel like it's getting into balance with your feminine and masculine sides. And, again, feeling first and then acting. I do feel the need to mention sage and cleansing your space as well. If you haven't done that yet, I would highly recommend doing that, especially if you're an empath and you have these abilities. You want to eliminate anything that is of negative vibration. So I'm also going to be pulling 3 cards from the Doreen Virtue Romance Angel and Oracle deck as well. So the first message I have is children. Your love life is being affected by children. So, this can definitely happen during these kind of connections. I do feel the need to mention that this can be, and I feel like this is definitely a very strong message. It can be either or, but I do feel like this is inner child issues right now. Fear of abandonment, fear of rejection, fear of the unknown, and moving past. Yeah, definitely moving past those codependent issues. But ultimately, yes, if you're needing to move past something and you have children that are involved, of course, you need to take your children's need into consideration. But I am definitely feeling like this is inner child issues. And there are a lot of really cool meditations out on YouTube for inner child. There's this one. I believe it's a Mother Mary meditation. It's absolutely fantastic in teaching us about our self-worth and listening to our inner child, which is ultimately our heart, because our inner child wants what's best for us. The second one is you deserve love. So that kind of goes right on in with that inner child message there is you are lovable. Absolutely, you are lovable. You are worthy of this new beginning. And again, it kind of goes on with that set your sights higher message, and stepping out of your comfort zone to create the life that you want and stepping into your power so that you can ultimately have this, which is at the very end of your reading. This is, happy families, happy romantic relationships, happy partnerships, abundance on every level. It's just a matter of you realizing, Libra, that you do deserve love and you do deserve happiness. And then going out and creating that for yourself, stepping out of your comfort zone. And the third message is healing family issues. Your love life benefits as you forgive your parents. So very interesting to me that I picked up on the inner child issues as well. And the fact that you have you deserve love here in the middle of this, and then we've got healing family issues. So if you are on the twin flame journey and you are, you're on this path, you're definitely going to be challenged And you're going to have to face some of the childhood crap, stuff that you went through as a kid, because ultimately, if you're a twin flame and or you're, divine counterpart connection, you're a healer in some way. And before you can heal others, you have to heal yourself. And, side note here, forgiveness doesn't necessarily mean forgetting what the person did to you or excusing it or allowing it in any way. It's simply relieving somebody of an emotional debt that they owe you so that you can move forward, so that you can create and live more in the vibration of love, and manifest what it is that you want. So I am going to pull an outcome card for you for this month, Libra. Awesome. Knight of Wands, passionate new beginning. Absolutely. So we've got the Queen of Wands, we've got the Knight of Wands. You being able to move past the egoic thinking and the worries, and then stepping into something that you feel more passionate about. So if there is some sort of new creative venture that you are wanting to pursue, if there's some sort of new creative beginning, this is also a very sexual card. So, there could be some passion, definitely, with the connection. I mean, these type of connections, there's always a ridiculously amount of connection.